ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to be again with you on this Facebook CMA live show and also on YouTube and Contact. The first time in the history of the CMA, we opened the Diatonique section. We presented all the categories this morning with Danilo Di Paolo Nicola, the international collaborator of the CMA for the Diatonique section. And tonight, a guest that I absolutely don't know. I will meet him for the first time. And he's a guest of Danilo Di Paolo Nicola. Hello, Luis Pinheiro from Portugal.
Hello, Frederic. Hello, nice to be here with you. And thank you for your invitation. And of course, thank you to Danilo as well for inviting me to be part of this jury in this international festival.
Cool. So yes, everything is his fault. So it's very clear. If there is a problem, it's his fault. So please present yourself. So where are you from Portugal, and a little bit about your story. When did you begin accordion? Why?
Okay, I'm from a small town in the north of Portugal, in the coast. So my region is called Minho. Minho is the name of the region that includes so many cities, and is a region rich in folk music, in tradition, and in very typical dances and very typical songs, and that's a natural thing for people from here to love and to be part of this movement, this culture. So it grew up with me from I was, I don't know, maybe 5 years, 6 years. Then I started to learn the accordion that we call concertina here in Portugal. So the diatonic accordion, I mean. So the diatonic accordion here in Portugal is called concertina. Different from the concertina on United Kingdom. Different kinds of instruments, but with the same name apparently. And in my region, it's a very popular instrument. It's a very popular nowadays, not in the past. During many years, it was like in standby, maybe I can say. And nowadays is a popular instrument, and many people learning, many people playing, with many bands in this kind of traditional style, in this traditional way of playing.
And how can you explain that? How can you explain that the boom of the diatonic accordion in Portugal?
Yeah, many collaborations between cultural institutions, foundations like Inatel. It's a great foundation here in Portugal, and the Portuguese Folk Federation had a good work and a huge work to make the concertina born again, and make it appear again on the traditional songs and the traditional folk groups. That was an important thing, and people like Augusto Canário that started to teach in many places, many cities here in Portugal, and of course it started to make people know more about the instrument, people know more about the not only the instrument but the sonority and everything, and people was curious and started to learn. That happened with me as well, and with my father, my brother, my uncle, cousin, many people in my family. Not many people, but we in my family we are 5 playing. Not at this moment, not nowadays, but we started learning 5.
Okay, great. And you have a nice comment, the first comment on the chat tonight from Paulo Ferreira, who say, Grande Luis Pinheiro. It's good beginning.
Paulo Ferreira, okay, Paulo Ferreira, I see. Paulo Ferreira, Célio, Pega, it's a friend from Portugal, a player as well. Yeah, I'm sure many people is watching now, and many people watch me fail in English. I trust that.
Yes, that's great.
but yeah, I think I can express myself, and I hope that people understand and people can understand my message and my English.
Of course. And anyway, perhaps they know you already, like Paulo Bac Senior. Sorry for the pronunciation. You say, my friend, you are the master. And there is a Anne-Marie who says that and applaud. And Andrea Sofia Rodriguez, she says something in Portuguese. Okay, I will tell to you and you will try to understand.
Yeah, I'm watching here the comments. I can read that. She's a great accordionist in Portugal, chromatic accordionist, the button accordion, and she has a great school here in Portugal and in conservatories as well, not only for her own school. So it's a great pleasure have herself here with us.
Okay, great. So before we go ahead on the interview, because your English is absolutely perfect for what we have to say,
I'm
so
trying,
it's very great.
Really, I'm trying.
We will listen. The first song you sent to me is Corridinho do Masso from Fabio Guerreiro. So can you speak a little bit about that composition and your instrument also?
Yeah, corridinho here in Portugal is a style from the center of the country, from Ribatejo mainly, not exclusively, but mainly from the Ribatejo and Algarve, mainly Algarve, fandango from Ribatejo and corridinho from Algarve, and it is played mainly in chromatic button accordion.
Yeah.
But in my instrument, many people try to play corridinho as well, and I try it, and
it works.
Some corridinhos are easier than others, and the diatonic accordion is a little bit more limited, but we try. And this corridinho I listened in one video on YouTube. I liked it, and I tried to learn and to play as well.
So we listen it immediately. This Corridinho do Damaso. Immediately. Yeah. We go. Bravo! So Corridinho, yeah, I know a little bit about Corridinho because we organized a CMA competition which is mainly chromatic, was mainly chromatic, in Lule, in Algarve. And the organizer, who is very famous, but of course I forget the name now, just asked me to create a special category only for Corridinho. And it was a fantastic night. So, you know, it was the last evening, so everybody was drinking, dancing.
And it's a region with great accordion players and rich in traditions and in traditional songs and traditional music as well.
Yeah, and it's very great. And of course, you want to dance and drink when you listen to that. And you have a very nice comment. You have very nice comment. You have many comments, but the one from, I think, one of your students, because she said, my master gave me a lot of work.
Yeah, Sally. He was in either festival in Italy this year in September. It was my only student performing there, and he has the second place. So it's a great honor for me and a great pleasure to be teacher of him.
Great. So we will speak about. I think you mentioned the International Diatonic Alliance.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will speak a little bit about that a little bit later.
Okay,
so speak about your activities as teacher, because now we discover you, of course, as an artist, but you are also teacher.
Yeah. Before the pandemic situation, I had only presential lessons, and it was only my job. a part of the band. Of course, I have a band. The band is not mine, but I play in a band. It's correct here, like this. And about the lessons, I had only the presential lessons. Then a little, I think 2 months before the pandemic situation, one friend of mine from Lisbon asked me if it could be possible to have lessons online. It was the first person asking me that, and I don't know. I didn't never try. I didn't try it before, so we can try. I don't know if it will be okay. And the truth is that I tried it, and it was a great experience. And when in March, when the pandemic situation came, I think, well, it's a way to have lessons, because
Of course.
presentially, with the lockdown, it was impossible to have lessons. So it was the only way to teach and to keep the students and keep the work with them. And the truth is that I started with 1, then 2, then 5, then 10. It was growing. I made many posts on Facebook and Instagram, because from a moment to the other, I lose all my students, because and all the students, all the concerts with a band. So I had to make something to
live.
to substitute, to substitute that loss. And that happened, and I started to learn to teach online. People from other countries like France, people living, mainly Portuguese living in France, or sons of Portuguese people living in France, Switzerland, Germany, Canada, United States, countries with a great Portuguese community, and people that in his country and his cities nobody teaches, and it was a way to learn concertina for them.
Of course.
And I started like this, and at the moment I can have the presential lessons with the students I had before the pandemic, and I have new students in the online, people from
worldwide, yeah. And what do you use?
Many cities here in Portugal and other countries as well.
What do you use? Skype, Zoom, Messenger?
Usually I use the messenger on the Facebook, because not most of the people, but some people that look for me and that ask me lessons are old, and it's difficult to them to have another way to communicate, another platform. So I think Messenger everybody uses, everybody knows to work with that, because people that are in France, people that are in Switzerland, they have family in Portugal, so they make video calls, they interact with
easier.
people with that in that way. So it's a easy way to communicate and to have the lessons.
Of course, yes. And it's a very nice evolution, even if the sound is a little bit like that sometimes. That's why I ask you, because Skype is the best. I use everything personally, and but Skype, the sound is a little bit better. In Zoom, it's disaster, because the sound of the accordion in the piano disappears, in the forte disappears. But anyway, and speaking about online, the next video you sent to me, I think it's something related to online, because you are playing a virtual duet with a girl who's playing flute. Can you present that girl?
Yeah, she's Brazilian. She's from the south from Brazil, a region rich in cultural movements and cultural dances and songs. So it's a pleasure for me, and was a pleasure for me to invite her, and she accepted the invitation to have this collaboration. And I think it went very well and resulted very well.
So Charlize Bandeira, it's the name?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And you have a message from Sonia Fernandez, say you talk English very well. Brava.
Oh, thank you, Sonia.
So we listen immediately. Feira de Mongaio, my accent in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Perfect. Feira de Mangaio, very famous Brazilian song. Effectively,
Yeah.
I had some students already who played that in Sky Playstone, of course, from Brazil, and I love that. We feel the sun, we feel the
Yeah,
dance.
it's a forró. It's from the north, from Brazil. It's a forró.
Yeah.
The name of the style.
Yeah, I love that style. Absolutely. I just discovered Diatonic accordion, and since now is the third Facebook live show that we do, I am amazed with the ability of this instrument. And what is your accordion? I cannot read the name. It's beautiful.
I have some brand. This one, it's Vasibel, the name of the brand mark. It's a brand mark made in Italy, as I think almost the accordions that come to Portugal and to the world, I think. And it's a brand mark. I have a collaboration nowadays, and it was an instrument made idealized by me and by the CEO of the brand mark, and we made a collaboration, and we did I think 22 or 24 unities, and it is everything sold out, and many students bought it, and it's a fantastic instrument, a very
Yes.
complete instrument.
The sound is perfect, and the look is very great. I'm so surprised to see that all this evolution on the wood. And we were speaking with Marc Perron. Do you know Marc Perron?
Not in
No?
fact.
Okay,
no.
it's one of the godfather. We have Riccardo Tesi from Italy,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Marc Perron is absolutely famous in France, and he just brings the accordion, the diatonic accordion in France. And we were speaking, of course, about all these things with him, and it's absolutely amazing to discover this instrument. And the wood generation is something very new, since 20 years, and now we just only see wood. Behind you, I see that you have a lot of accordions and many brands, I guess.
Yeah, some of them are for collection only, like Scandali. It's a famous brand mark in chromatic and in the diatonic in Brazil. In Portugal, we don't have the Portuguese model with the brand mark Scandali, and Scandali don't produce with another brand mark to Portugal. But as it is a good brand mark and a famous brand mark, I decided to have one in my collection. As Settimi Soprani, a whole Settimi Soprani, diatonic as well. All of them are diatonic. Some of them with chromatic basses, with 80 basses, 60 basses. One with 80, another 80 and 96.
Okay.
And other from other brand marks, Portuguese brand marks, but all of them made in Italy, and different tonalities, because as you know, the diatonic accordion is a limited instrument and only has the possibility to play in 2 or 3 tonalities. So you need to have different tonalities and to play in different registers and different tonalities.
It's kind of jokes that I like to do with the diatonic accordion all the time. They say, "Oh, you have a very heavy instrument." Yes, but I have one. When you travel, you need to carry 5, so it's the same.
Yeah. That's true.
And speaking about your collection,
that's why I have the Roland as well, because the Roland as a electronic instrument that gives us the possibility to change the key and to have in one instrument many instruments, but it's not a perfect instrument. It has not a great sound. It has not a great feeling playing, but to some works and to some finalities is a great instrument.
Of course. And speaking about your small collection behind you, Nardin accordion from Iran is a CMA delegate from Iran, and Nardin, I don't know if you are in contact with him, because he's in contact with everybody on Facebook. He has a collection of hundreds of accordion, but some things that the first accordions in the world, and some very strange things. And he creates also his own accordions in Iran, something absolutely impressive.
No, I don't know Nardin. It's the first time. I think it's the first time I see the name here.
He's a very interesting person, and if you have space on your Facebook, try to find him, Nardin Accordion, and invite him, because you will see his collection is absolutely genial.
Okay, I will find out.
The next video we see, it's a video official, so professional video clip. It's Sons do Minho.
Yeah. As I told you before, Minho is my region, and Sons means sounds. So sounds from Minho, from my region. In fact, my band is not anymore a traditional band with a traditional sonority. It's actually it's more pop. I can say a pop traditional sonority. We can say like a mix. But yeah, we have 10 years, 11 years working. And I'm I'm in the band from the beginning, and that's one of our famous songs, and one of the songs I'm part. I made a work, and I participated on the song. So I decided to show you and you to share to the.
And you had a very good idea, because I absolutely love it. So we listen immediately the sounds of your region, Minho.
Okay, thank you.
Entrei na sala, estavas ali sentada, naquela mesa toda arrepiada. Olhei para ti e a tua beleza, ganhei coragem e sentei-me à mesa. Ficaste louca com a cabeça à roda e eu mortinho por cantar esta moda. Ficaste louca com a cabeça à roda e eu mortinho por cantar esta moda. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me um carinho e vais ver o que eu faço. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me um carinho e vais ver o que eu faço. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me um carinho e vais ver o que eu faço. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me um carinho e vais ver o que eu faço. Pele morena, doçura no olhar, fiz-te um convite, levei-te para dançar. Olhei para ti, senti o teu desejo, ganhei coragem e roubei-te um beijo. Ficaste louca com a cabeça à roda e eu mortinho por dançar esta moda. Ficaste louca com a cabeça à roda e eu mortinho por dançar esta moda. beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me um carinho e vais ver o que eu te faço. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me um carinho e vais ver o que eu te faço. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me um carinho e vais ver o que eu te faço. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me um carinho e vais ver o que eu te faço. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me um carinho e vais ver o que eu te faço. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me um carinho e vais ver o que eu te faço. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me carinho e vais ver o que eu te faço. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me carinho e vais ver o que eu te faço. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me carinho e vais ver o que eu te faço. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me carinho e vais ver o que eu te faço. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me carinho e vais ver o que eu te faço. Dá-me um beijinho, dá-me um abraço, dá-me carinho e vais ver o que eu te faço.
Yep. So I guess that Dami Beijing means give me a kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Give me a
improved my
kiss. Give me
Portuguese. A hug.
the refrain is give me a kiss, give me a hug, give me some sweetness, and you will see what I will do. Something like this.
Great, great program. And you sing also.
So, I'm sorry.
You are singer also on the group.
Only on the shores, not
By
not
accident.
As, not as frontman or something. No.
Okay, so let's speak a little bit about this international diatonic alliance, because when we prepare this CMA live show, I told you that at the beginning I said, but I know that name, but I don't know. And yes, we are partner because we have 11 or a little bit more partners on the CMA. We try to make any kind of concurrence with other organizations, but on the contrary, we try to make some partnership, for example, with Klingenthal, that we promote a lot, the competition of Klingenthal, which is in May. And Klingenthal also have a partnership with us, of course, and they promote the CMA. And because we created with Danilo this CMA diatonic section, he proposed to me some partnership with this international alliance. So please present that alliance. And I saw on the site that you are, Luis, the new delegate for this alliance, which is great. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. It happened this year. That's delegation in Portugal. The first here that Portugal has a delegation, and the partnership started this year, as I told you, because in Italy it was the I don't know the first or second, because with the COVID it was online the first edition, and now it was presential. First time it was presential before COVID, and with all the security and the healthy recommendations, everything went okay. And that festival, as I think in the all categories, I think 60 contestants, and with ages and the categories, everything. And I was invited by in a first step for Salvatore Pace. It's a great Italian player. I don't know if you know him.
Of course.
And his president Alessandro Gaudio. Both was very kind with me. We was in touch to make everything goes okay, and they explained me everything. And when I went to Italy, when I traveled to Italy to be a jury in that festival, in that event, they invited me to be delegate to Portugal of IDA. And I can announce here in first hand that one of the the works, and one of
Your
the
duty.
events that Portuguese delegation will promote and will organize is a national festival, and in that national festival, everyone can be contestant, can be performer, and the same way that happened with the international festival, with the categories, with the ages, and then the winners will be able to play and to perform in the international festival. Since the beginning until this year, it was possible for everyone to be contestant in Italy in the international festival, but in 2022, it will be only possible to be part of the national festival, and then the winners can be on Italy or can be on the international festival. That's a first step that people have to pass by to stay in Italy to be part of the
National
international
selection.
festival.
National selection.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's a national selection. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And we do exactly the same thing in the CMA, of course. When and you spoke, so first give me the date, and you spoke to me about some national TV program. Is it possible to speak about, or it's not secret?
Yeah, no, it's happening at the moment, and I think it was this week. It was the first episode, the first round, yeah. And I think it will be all the Tuesdays here on the TV show.
Wow.
I'm not organizing that. I'm not part of this program, but
It exists.
I don't know if the inscriptions are still open, and if it's possible to be part of it, still be part of it. One thing I don't like in that contest is that they mixed the chromatic and the diatonic, and as you are doing in the CMA, you are making different
Sections,
festivals to different instruments, and in the diatonic you create some categories to different kind of diatonic instruments, 8 basses, then 12 to 24, and I think that's the way, and that's the most fair way to do the things. So
I agree.
Congratulations for that. About the National IDA Festival, I don't have still a date because it's everything new. It will be in 2022, but I don't still have a date. Maybe on the summer, because on the summer many people from other countries, immigrants, are coming to Portugal, and if we do the festival on the summer, it's easier to them to be part of it and to participate and to have their chances to perform there.
Okay, Luis, be sure that I will do with my colleagues from the CMA, the General Secretary and the Vice President, be sure that we will do everything to help you on the Portuguese national selection, because we have many contacts in Portugal. We organize the CMA, something like more than on the history since 1951. I was not born, but I think more than 20 times. And on the last 10 years, we made CMA every 3 years. In Portugal, because we have a delegate, Gonzalo Pescada, which is specialized in classical music, is absolutely fantastic. You say, you want CMA? I do, with fantastic venues, everything's perfect, theaters, food, your wine, everything is absolutely perfect.
Everything,
Yeah, so be sure with that. We will do everything. We will send information to the candidate. We will do whatever, and we will help on any way, because we are partner with this international Diatonic Alliance. So we are partner with you, and I think it's a great thing. And we will speak privately after about the relation we can do with CMA, because it's exactly the same process. So we can promote each other, and it's great.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go back to your music that I really love and discover. Tio Laerte no Bailao.
Yeah, that song is from the south, from Brazil. Forró is from the northeast, and that kind of song, Tio Laerte no Bailão, is a vaneira from the south, and it's a traditional rhythm, a traditional song. This song is from a band in Brazil, but the rhythm is traditional, is vaneira.
Okay, so we will listen immediately. And just one bracket, during the time you were speaking, I was thinking that we do it online now, this CMA, because of COVID, of course.
Yes.
But we did, because, yes, just a small bracket, because it's quite interesting. I know it's my Siri who thinks that I speak to it. When it was 2020, yeah, COVID began in 2020, no? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, 2020.
And we were supposed to go in China in August. Imagine with the COVID coming from China in February. So it was impossible. So in March, I said, okay, plan B, Portugal. But when I saw in Portugal in March, April, when they said to the child, don't go to school, everybody was on the beach, 1 meter to the other, everybody was, I say, okay, in the summer will be worst, will be absolutely worst, because in the summer, I've been in Algarve, every year, since perhaps 10 years, in summer, I see this small street in Portimao, in all these small, it's genial, but people are all together. And of course, politics opens the border for the summer, for economics. So the peak of COVID, so I say, okay, we do it online. But, and it was the first time that CMA was online, of course. And after, okay, we continue online this year because we were not sure. And we did good because normally we were supposed to go end of November, in Truskavet in Ukraine, but they blocked the border for that, so impossible. But the first countries we will organize the Diatonique international competition in Italy or Portugal, because I have so many contacts there. So that could be great to make the World Championship in Portugal, and of course you will be more than involved.
Oh, perfect. Thank you for that. And if I can help in something, you are able to ask me, no problem.
Yeah, you said it publicly, so now it's for sure. Okay, we go back to your music immediately. Oh yeah, so and one more time with Marc Perron, we were speaking about the talent of the people that come from their movements. And it was very interesting conversation with him. And when I see you moving, of course I understand your talent. It's so clear that you make the people dancing with your movements that make an impact on the below. It's fantastic. And this technique of retriplate, I didn't know that we can do that with diatonic. That pull, push, pull, push, pull, pull, push, pull, pull.
Yeah. It's one of the techniques of Bilo Shake. It's common in Brazil, and this Brazilian song and other Brazilian songs has that technique. And I started to try and to learn with Brazilians, and well, nowadays I do that not only in the Brazilian songs but in Portuguese in my band as well. I try to use that in our concerts. And today night I have a show with my band, and for sure I will do the Bilo Shake. Yeah.
Go. So yes, this Bilo Shake is the name is the retriplate in chromatic, and it comes from Brazil, and I learned from Brazilian people that it comes from Russian who have been in Brazil and gives that technique of Bilo Shake, ricochet, and retriplate to the Brazilian, and they immediately take that on their musical culture. It's fantastic. Speak a little bit about your brandoni, because when I saw that you make the ricochet, so pull, push, pull, push, pull, pull, It's the same sound.
The same sound when you pull and push.
Yeah.
You are in the diatonic in Portugal and in Brazil as well. We have only one key in one row, and in the second row, and one key on the third row that has the same sound opening and closing. That's why.
Okay.
And now and we try to conjugate to mix that key, that button, with the other buttons that has no that two sounds opening and closing, and well, that happens.
I told you I
magic
don't
happens.
know nothing on diatonic. I'm just discovering. But when I saw this effect, I said, but it's the same sound. How is possible? So what I understand is from one village to the other village, it's not the same accordion. You can change the buttons, yes.
No. We have in Portugal. Some people use like I use, and other people use as the French uses, and I don't know how Italians do, but mainly the diatonics has that characteristic. All the keys you have two notes, one when you pull and when you push.
Okay. And by the way, you were speaking about France, and you have hello from Macon, France. Louis Sao, simply the best. So it's
From Macon.
Bruno
Martins.
Martin.
Yeah.
So I think you know him. Hello, Bruno.
Yeah.
Okay.
Many I Celio that commented before lives in Paris, lives in France as well. So many people. I think maybe 4 or 5 people here commenting are from France and are living in France. Even they are Portuguese.
Yeah, of course. There are so many Portuguese in France. But
Yeah,
I told you
yeah,
since the
true.
beginning when we were in contact on Facebook that the day after I send you a message, hello superstar, because I see that you post something, so many likes.
It's not like this, but okay, thank you.
A little bit. So we arrived to the last title you sent to me, Luis Pinheiro feat. Deusa nordestina do forró, a sorte chega. What's that?
Yeah.
Something about?
A sorte cega. The name of the song means the lucky is blind. Like everyone can have some luck in his life, and this partnership. I was for many time looking for someone singing forró and to make a video, because I have a video I am singing, but I prefer other people singing, and I only play because I prefer playing than singing. So I invited her and she accepted, and with the COVID, it was a ritual for me to make videos, to make partnerships with people in other cities in Portugal, but with Deusa Nordestina as well. That she lives in Brazil. She is Brazilian, and she sings very well, and I'm very glad she accepted.
Yeah, and you had very good choice to invite her, I confirm. And we will
Thank you.
immediately discover that video.
Eita, meu povo, é a deusa do forró, do Rio Grande do Norte para todo o Brasil. Puxa! Chora, sanfoninha choradeira. Meu amor, quando te vejo, fico a suspirar. O que é que tu não vê? E eu vivo a te esperar. Meu amor, quando te vejo, fico a suspirar. O que é que tu não vê? E eu vivo a te esperar. Passarinho na gaiola, vive sempre a cantar. Passa fome, passa sede,
Génial, absolutely genial. You have very good idea. I
Besoin de
love
recharger?
Ma
your
batterie tient la
language.
journée.
Sorry, I forget. When I am impatient like that, I forget to stop YouTube. I love the Portuguese language, but I must say that Brazilian language is something for the songs is perfect. Really.
Yeah, that has a musicality. It's different, and one Brazilian writer told that Portuguese language, Portuguese from Portugal, the Portuguese has a great sonority to declaim, to poetry, to poems, but to sing Brazilian Portuguese from Brazil is better than the Portuguese from Portugal.
Yeah. I cannot be the best on everything. So
Yeah, that's true.
I present you Raymond Baudel, the vice president of the CMA.
Nice to meet you, Raymond.
Good to meet you, Lewis. Wonderful. Been wonderful listening to you this evening, and of course listening to the music. But it's interesting to hear what's going on in Portugal. And I reiterate what Frederick said earlier. You know, we have good contacts in Portugal, wonderful country, and I'm sure we can look forward to future.
I hope so.
Together.
I hope so. Thank you.
Okay, Luis, thank you so much for your presence. Thank you so much for your explanation, clear and intelligent, and it's very interesting. And
Thank you very much.
It's very nice way to meet you for the very first time, but surely it's not the last.
I hope so as well.
and
Next, hopefully in person.
And
Yeah.
congratulations to your work on the jury, because Raymond Baudel didn't complain at all about you. That means it was great.
Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me again. And congratulations for your work in CMA and everything you are doing for the diatonic accordion. The diatonic accordion players in Portugal, I think I can say thank you for all of them and for showing the diatonic accordion to the world. And it's a pleasure and an honor for all of us. Thank you very much.
Great. So thank you. So I let you go now, because I know that you received today some new video to judge. So you have a lot of work. So good.
yeah, that's true.
Okay, Luis, thank you.
I'll do it in the time.
Okay.
Don't worry.
We are not afraid about that. Okay, thank you very much, Luis, and see you very soon and hopefully live.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So Raymond, my preferred vice president, how are you?
I am good.
Since this morning.
It's been wonderful show so far.
Yeah. Great boy.
I think really wonderful to have presence like it. Wonderful for us.
I agree.
So we move on tonight. We are 12-year-old diatonic players. We've moved up. You know, we were 8 and 10-year-olds this morning. We've moved up to the 12-year-old categories, and we've got 2 players tonight that we've got extracts from. First of all, we're going to start off with category E2, which again, a little bit of a reminder for people. It's E represents the age of the category, but 2 represents that they are using from 8 basses. That's the bass numbers that they've got. And in this category, we had a wonderful young player, Eric Skurkoranak from Slovakia, who's got a very respectable 21.51 from the jury. So it was a very respectable mark. You know, it's all experience, lovely mixed program. And I think you're going to play quite a bit of that program.
Yeah, and just before that, we will present the jury members, because I know that it's the same for each category, but it's important to speak about all jury members. So Luis Pinheiro was there, so one of them. And I will show the others. We have Benjamin Mack from Belgique, that will be our guest next week. Steve Normandin from Canada, it's the big boss of the Carrefour Mondial de l'Accordéon in Montmagny. He will present his festival tomorrow night live on this channel. Then Antonio Rivas from Colombia, Philippe Krum and his 15 points from France, David Munelli from Ireland, Danilo Di Paolicola, of course, from Italy, Antonio Tanguma from Mexico, Luis Pinheiro, who was with us, of course, now, Sophie Petkevich from Russia, Peter Kozon from Slovakia, Denis Novato from Slovenia, Clement Roser from Slovenia, and Manuel Savron from Slovenia, equally, and Ilza Stridan from South Africa, so very international jury members. And we go back to the candidate you mentioned before from Slovakia, Erik Skurkonak. We will never know. And he's playing for us because I prepared everything, my friend. You know me. So he's playing 4 pieces, but very short. So I say, okay. So how many points you say? 21.5.
21.51.
Okay. So to be first place, it's how much?
23.
23. So 21.5.
23 and a half. Sorry, 23.5. 22 is second place. So it's a third prize.
Third
but-
prize. Okay. Okay,
Very
but he is on the places because
right.
we can be on the diploma of participation, of course, also. And he will play for us traditional Polish melody klarinetowa polka. Clarinet polka, yes, of course. Jacques Offenbach, Cancan. Oh yeah, with DIATONIQUE accordion. And Tyrolisk Tyrolski Tanek. And Slovlud Piesen, Okolo Transinia, and Variatiu. Some variation on that. We listen Eric Skurkonat immediately. Eric Skurkonat from Slovakia is such an intelligent program. Very
Very diverse, isn't it?
Yes, it's great. So I remind the people who are looking at us that we have two different sections on the Diatonique Accordion International Festival. We have the Trophée Mondial, which is the highest categories, junior and senior, with all, of course, different type of instruments. And also we have these categories for child, -8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18. And this is just for International Open Trophy. It's just to encourage the young generation of accordionists. It's kind of World Championship amateur. And it's very interesting, and it gives them the chance to participate the first time and to see the highest level, to get the motivation, to find new repertoire, new techniques. And it's also so interesting to see the different repertoire from each country, the real melting pot. I love that.
It's very interesting, the diversity.
Yeah.
But then that goes with the instrument, it seems, doesn't it? Because we now move on to category E6. So again, we're 12 years and under. And this time we are traditional repertoire. And our contestant in this category came from Italy, Simone Evangelista. And a wonderful score, good score, 23.43. So just missing first prize. Just, but seriously, a very good score, 23.43 in this situation is excellent result for Simone.
And category E6, so E is -12, 12 and under, that's it. And 6,
yeah, 12 and under, traditional.
And 6 is traditional with accompaniment.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's the last video we have for today, so we will just finish like generic of end of this CMA live show. We can perhaps introduce the menu of tomorrow morning and tomorrow night.
Well, tomorrow morning we move up an age category, and from 12s, of course, our next is 14. So tomorrow morning we're featuring two of the 14-year-old categories. But of course, the first, you're going to start off with another interview, and I'm sure the diversity of countries represented will add to the flavour, because tomorrow morning your candidate for interview is David Manelli from the west coast of Ireland. So I'm sure he will have a different slant to what we've heard tonight from Luis, but they're so interesting and so diverse. And then tomorrow night, as you have already mentioned, of course, we have, again, more contestants from the 14 years bracket in results. And your interview is Steve Nomadden, who you've already just mentioned, organizer in Quebec, etc.
Exactly. So we will listen now, but just before you have a private message from Laurence Froissart, Madame Lolo. She says, Bonjour Raymond Baudel.
Oh, bonjour Lolo.
Voilà. Et Lolo aujourd'hui m'a fait la surprise de passer chez moi. Elle m'a ramené du fromage d'Auvergne. Voilà. Merci Lolo. Et j'ai déjà goûté, il est excellent et je sais ce que je vais manger ce soir. Okay, so voilà. We go back to Simone Evangelisti on the category A6, 12 and under and accompaniment, traditional style. He will play for us Diabolica from Scacca and A Modo Mio from La Mano. It's rock. Okay, good evening, Raymond. Big hug to you and to Anna Baudel, who works on the shadow, but she still works and everything's perfect. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow at 11.
See you tomorrow morning. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.